guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of Thrall, where we will probably die this time. But I've said that for the last two episodes, so who the hell knows? If you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is by going down to our Patreon link down below. But this month is Pride, and that means Twitch has done a bunch of emotes and there's a bunch of donation stuff. So if you subscribe, if you gift sub, if you donate bits, over 300 bits, they donate, I think, 10% of all of that stuff to the Trevor Fund and one other one that I can't remember, but it's in our Discord. And you get sweet emotes. So spam that shit, fill up our sub goal bar, do that whole thing. And last but not least, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see there is the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Daryl gets to do what the hell he wants to us. But two, more importantly, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing players that you see here before you. That being said, I turn this over to Daryl to bring us into the Game Trevor Project. That's the one. Thanks, chat. Daryl, please bring us into the world of Thrall.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the what is it? The finale eve?
The penultimate.
Second to last episode. This is Thrall. Thrall is the kind of dark world of my imagination, where it is dominated by the blood thralls, who are these evil magic users that feed on the emotions of their victims, making their magic more strong, and thus basically making them unbeatable, because no one can kind of compete with that right now. However, we have four heroes who are trying. They're trying to make sure a prophecy actually does come into effect by saving this kid from being killed. They thought for a long time that by killing the kid, they might actually be able to stop the prophecy completely. There was so much confusion. In the end, they have had to flee the town they started in to try to save the kid. Last episode, quick recap, they faced one of their biggest challenges yet, as their battle with Sulkery, the Shadow Blood Thrall, came to a conclusion with a crazy saving move from Fagin, the Psy Wolf, where he stopped time with his mind and allowed everyone to escape. Fortunately, it also gave our heroes an opportunity to kill Sulkery, or at least they believe so. They then fled to the north, trying to take the road that runs along the mountains toward Bishonia, where they hope that they can take the boy so that he can be safe to grow up. As they were fleeing and completely exhausted and injured, they stopped at the quarry where Wartra, one of the dwarf miners they know was staged or had stopped, and they stayed the night. The next morning, early in the morning, a group of unmade plus a devourer unmade, a larger one that was releasing all sorts of necrotic exhaustion fumes, attacked. They fought it off, and we ended with basically the old party collapsing as this devourer unmade was dispatched by Rook. I think we started with Rook at 3 levels of exhaustion, Sama at 3 levels of exhaustion, Luca at 5 levels of exhaustion, and I have no idea what Goal was at. Was he at normal? Did it completely miss him?
Like a baller.
So, for 3 levels, just so everybody knows, you have disadvantage on attack and saving throws. Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks. For 4 levels, we will also add to that your maximum hit points is halved, and your speed is reduced to 0. So, Luca, you are completely out. So you were running towards, I think, the main unmade when he was killed by Rook and exploded in this necrotic energy. So you've collapsed kind of in the middle of the field, where the bull has been cut out for the quarry. Goal is by the door where there was like the barracks or the dormitories, and then I think Rook is right by the remains of the creature. So we're not in initiative. There are still 2 unmade roaming around fighting with some of the villagers, but they're not focused anymore. They're now just sort of just running away, and fighting as they pass people and things like that. So I turn it over to you guys.
I think Rook just like scoops up unconscious Luca, right, and like picks her up and starts walking back because everyone else is like back at like the main mine. So he just kind of realizes that she's unconscious and just sort of gives her a little scoop, and then begins to walk back because he can't do anything about that.
All right.
He's really good at making unconscious, but not the other way around.
Not making conscious.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Shakes Luca violently. Stop with the sleeping.
Why are you so tired? It is the morning. We have just woken up. I need you to make with the punching.
Wake up.
He just holds Luca's arm.
Yeah.
Go like
Arm.
this. Go like this.
Improvised attack, your friend.
Hold on, I have you. Like, wait, it'll be like you're here. No one will know the difference. Gah!
Do you ever beat a motherfucker with another
With another motherfucker. Oh God. So
Wow,
yeah,
this is a great start.
It's gonna be a good night, guys.
So he lumbers back carrying Luca and says, I don't know what happened. I think maybe she got up too fast from the bed and then all of the blood rushed to her head and she passed out again. It has happened to me before when I'm very excited and I get up too fast. And he just like holds her out.
So in addition to Rook's wild claim of head rush causing this issue, what is kind of your mentality goal and Sama? I mean, how are you kind of reconciling what just happened? Bring us into your world. Or not.
I was like,
Oh, I don't forget my name is Goal, but sometimes I think you're asking people what their goal is, and it throws me off. I thought you were talking to him, not me.
Like I said, gonna be a good night.
Should have picked a better name.
oh boy.
That's
Oh,
great, Goliath.
that's perfect.
Yeah, the full name is Goliath. Yeah, no, Goal is just, he's kind of unfazed by this because it seems like every day things just keep getting crazier and crazier, and the fact that he already had a crazy life following around a dragon man killing people who were suspected blood thralls, is he didn't think it was going to get any crazier than that, so he's just kind of just riding this wave like, I guess let's fix this chick. Has anybody got some hot soup?
What about you, Sama? And then I'll bring in some other characters, NPCs.
Sama is like, so at this point, if the other sort of unmade are still running around kind of aimlessly and doing the murder, if no one's stopping them, Sama's just going to go on, like, is going to help like with the crowd control, as it were. But
yeah,
he's tired. Like, he's magically tired for one, and also I went to sleep yesterday and then a town blew up and there was a dragon. I woke up this morning and now there's another thing that I had to shoot to make these undead things, and now they're running around again. I had this last time. I was okay with it not being the case, honestly, and here we are again, I suppose.
all right. So yeah, helping with crowd control. They are turning them away. I mean, they're, like I said, they don't have the same ferocity without any kind of leadership. They just kind of amble around and claw like a kind of like a rabid dog, less like an actual psychotic murder machine. And Wartra comes out of one of the buildings there, and this is the end, isn't it? This is really it. The end of the East. We're screwed. Get you guys in here. Come on in here. We need to patch her up. See if you guys or anybody else is hurt, we'll do our best. We're gonna shut down the quarry. I've got to decide that now, I think. And we're gonna give you whatever you need. Whatever you need, it's all yours.
Naps in the space of 3 minutes.
I can't make you nap.
I know.
Excuse me. Do you have
Here's
horses?
a handful of nap.
Do you have horses and a cart?
We do have some horses. We have several types of carts and wagons and
because we have places to be, and it would be great if we could have horses take us there, and everyone else could nap, while one of us doesn't nap. Would be great.
All right, we'll start working on that. And as you are speaking of horses, you hear a horse running as fast as it possibly can from outside of the little quarry village.
I think your horses are getting away.
As you look towards the gate, you see a human come in on a horse. He's like leaning on his horse in a way that he does not look natural. As he comes in closer, you can see he and the horse are splattered with blood, and Wertra starts to get like defensive. I don't know what you guys do at first, but then you realize you recognize this guy. You haven't seen him for a while because he started out the adventure injured, but it is Liam.
I feel like for comic relief, it has to happen where, like, Rook, who is still holding Luca, looks at the guy riding in, and then looks to Goal, who looks relatively fine, and then tries to hand Luca to Goal. Like...
She's just on him.
Yeah.
Like over.
Like it's like a
Goal.
blanket that's just over Goal, and he's just like, "What?"
Goal, I can't fight with her in my hands. I need you to take.
I guess I'll just yeah, you know what? You're just gonna put her on the.
Goal, you're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing a great job.
She's good.
Am I at least face up?
Sure.
Yay!
He's gonna find like a hard piece of bread to put underneath your head.
I thought you were gonna say to try and feed her, and I'm like, that's gonna go real well.
No,
well. No, it's a pillow. It's even better.
Yeah.
Feel better. And shoves crust in face.
I mean,
Put the bread in the head.
Listen, if
My pillow, the carb edition.
if eating bread doesn't make you feel better, then I don't know what does. I don't know how to heal you.
You're Italian, right?
Yeah.
Some carbs.
Yeah. If a good slice of garlic bread doesn't heal all wounds, then I don't know what the hell does.
It won't if you're a vampire.
Well-
That's the only thing.
There's a
but I think
blanket of rigatoni.
Vampires still want to eat garlic bread.
Yeah.
Oh man, they gotta. If you ever were a human at some point and experienced garlic bread, that's gotta be something you miss when you become a vampire. Anyway.
Yeah. Forget eternal life and seeing everything you ever loved die.
Garlic bread.
I want to eat garlic bread.
Yeah. It's like people who become allergic to peanut butter. You're like, oh, fuck. That's the worst. Like, I'm
All right,
so
welcome
sorry, your dude.
Welcome to Thrall, our garlic bread fan cast.
All right, folks, that's our Patreon episode. Join us after Thrall for 30 minutes as we just talk about food and garlic bread.
I love this. I love this plan.
We joke, but last after show was all about Kendall's OnlyFans. So,
Hey,
Well,
Hey, I got 2 followers this week.
there
So.
you go. I think once he deposits Luca, he like has the scythe out still, and
That is the grossest way you could have phrased that, by the way.
like a bag of cans deposits. He has the scythe out.
right down the chute off the gall chute onto the floor. Like,
He points the scythe at this bloody guy, and in typical Rook fashion, he just says, "If you are about to turn into an unmade, I'm just going to kill you now." Hoping for an answer.
no, please. And he kind of limps his horse up a little closer, and he slides himself off of the saddle, walking very gingerly on one leg that you can see is it looks like it must be broken somewhere below the shin, and he's just trying to get to you. He's like, hey, there's no one left. I wanted to help, but I wanted to help, but they were already here, and I knew if I came in I would just end up dead. I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys are alive, but he took them all. They're all coming. The whole town's coming, but they're under his control.
Listen, I know that you're bleeding and you're broken in many places and your horse is gross, but I don't want to add salt to the wound, but you're terrible at the revolutions.
No.
Your
He just
mayor
blew John's mic out with that one.
Your mayor hired us to start the revolution. He said, let's go mess up these blood thralls. And we said, okay, we're down. And then when we did, he was like, oh no, that was too fast. And then you guys got overrun immediately because you have no skills at all.
Yeah, and a dragon and a giant wolf just tore up our town.
No,
They were throwing.
That's all part of it. It's a whole the same thing.
Yeah, you
the
left
dragon,
too.
the dragon's a blood thrall. Yeah, because we decided you were dead anyway, and it was better if we lived because we're better.
So unhappy to be unconscious right now because Luca just wants to be like, we told y'all to leave. You decided you wanted to stay. You get what's fucking coming to you.
We're just listening to this. No, in fairness, some of them did leave. Some of them were stubborn. Some of them just didn't have time. I mean, when that dragon's nonsense went down, it was all in a hurry. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. Well,
we only had a few minutes to notice.
How about we not repeat the similar mistake with the entire town coming and get the fuck out of here pronto?
Yeah, if we could have
so
that
what-
wagon and the horses.
Pronto is a Bishonian word now. I've
Great.
decided.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, can I do something to try to attend to Luca's wounds? Like, I don't know, like maybe something cool, like rip my sleeve of my shirt off and wrap something around her head. I don't know.
Around her neck.
Oh, awesome. Can we
with
wrap
the
a thing
bread,
around
right?
my
Like
eyes?
strap the bread to her ear.
Strap a piece of bread to her head. It's like it's supposed to suck out all the evil toxins.
So I look like basically a carbonated Vegeta? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're unconscious. You must have demons in your blood. Here, put this bread in your ear.
Yeah.
You have ghosts in your blood.
You should do cocaine about it.
But in all honesty, as an artificer, tinkerer, whatever you are, I mean, is there something you think you could tinker up that would?
I was thinking about it. If she's bleeding,
It could filter Rook's potion thing through the bread. If it sucks out the toxins, it'll be fine.
I don't know if you can tinker. A what the hell are those things called? The clear thing.
Oh yeah, the
Defibrillator.
defibrillator.
Thank
yeah.
you, defibrillator.
yeah. Well, I was
Go
thinking,
ahead.
you know, if I can take some of her blood and mix it in with some of my super juice that I give to Rook, and kind of use that as a cure wounds.
On tonight's episode of Thrall Custom Drugs by Goal.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I am the one who knocks.
Wow.
So, yeah, then so give me a tinker roll, whatever your skill is in that.
Okay, I can do
Oh,
that.
man.
All right, let's go back to this page.
Daryl, I need an addendum to Goal's art. I need you to put the Heisenberg hat on him.
With a piece of bread stuck in the brim. That's what I need.
You want me to use?
So give me a couple rolls. I want a medicine roll, obviously, and I swear you have some skill related to your tinkering, right? To
Yeah,
Artificer.
I have Tinker's
Tools.
tools, and then I have Tinker, which I'm super great that instead of putting the exact wordage, I just put what page it's on in the player's handbook. So
no, that's fine, good enough. So roll those two things.
That's yep. All right, so here we go. It's right there. Boom.
Well, where's my right thing to be on? Okay, medicine. That's fine. You didn't cut her arm off, her other arm off, getting some blood.
Then I have Tinker's tools. And
What skill does that use?
Tinker's Tools is a
Wisdom.
proficiency.
Oh yeah, proficiency. Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
What was that? You wanted me to use intelligence? Okay.
Yeah, just roll an intelligence.
makes sense.
Whatever your highest thing is.
Cool. That helped.
Okay. Well, that's good enough. So
I mean, I
Yeah, you
got
feel-
bread.
Yeah, you feel confident. You were able to draw a little bit of blood, and you're going to take a little while to work, but you've
Brand advantage.
stabilized, and you're getting into your pouches and some vials and stuff like that, and you're starting to work, and you're going to work on a specific healing potion just for her. Very good. Wurtra asks, well, so what you guys need, really? Do you want? We can organize some of the workers here to try to protect you for a little while you get ready to go, or we can just get going. And,
No, I don't actually care what any of you do. I just need 2 horses and a cart, or a wagon, or whatever is easily available.
Good. All right. Well, yeah, we've got. You want a covered wagon, like a full?
I don't care. An elderly man who had a dragon inside of him and a talking wolf told me that they had to take the little boy to Bishonia to make a baby or something. I wasn't listening, but we have to go or everyone dies, I think. Sama, was that right?
Yeah, it's close enough.
All right.
All right. Very good.
He hit all the high points just in a weird, wandering way.
We should just go back and have Rook do all the recaps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
It
can
was
do
a
an old
boy in the
podcast
woods. I
of
don't know
that.
what he was doing.
It's like the angriest version of like that one guy from Ant-Man who just tells you every story in the most weird way.
Yeah.
But everyone is prefaced with, I wasn't paying attention,
Yeah.
but...
But I'm pretty sure when I wasn't killing anyone, this is what everyone else was doing.
I like that Rook is essentially Russian Homestar. Right?
You can call me Homestar Runner.
Very
Oh
good.
no! Not Homestar Runner, Strong Bad.
Strong bad, yeah.
The other one, yeah. It's very good.
All right. So what else are you guys going to do then while stuff is happening?
Is Luca awake, or does she just have bread on her?
She's stabilized, and it's going to take Goal a few minutes
Okay.
to get her things set up. Wurtra's going to go collect what she thinks you guys need, since you're being very unspecific, and she'll be back.
I think Rook just
Liam
goes
is
to,
bleeding also.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Rook just goes to collect wherever that kid was, and I think he just starts to shout Johnny until the kid appears. But he walks back in where we were sleeping and tries to find this kid.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you guys were in that first kind of office building where there was like a little med station, and then so you're just leaning out the hallway. Then basically, he comes out of one of the rooms a little bit groggily. Apparently, he was still asleep because it is like crazy early in the morning. I think, if I remember correct.
You're doing great by not lighting on fire anyone, but we had to kill a bunch of people, and now we have to go, or everyone dies. So let's go. Pack up all your shit. We have
It's
to.
early. What happened? You?
Giant monsters
I-
attacked, and then we killed them all.
I didn't have any dreams last night.
I don't.
That's good. I haven't slept like that in such a long time.
I feel
so
like
good.
I feel like you
Yeah.
think that we're bonding, and I want to let you know that we are not.
I
And that I need you to get all your things together and put them.
well, what about breakfast? Can you get me something to eat?
No.
Fine.
Give him the
He,
bread that's
goes back
soaking
in
up
the room.
Luca's blood.
What?
To give him the
that's
bread that's soaking up Luca's head wound.
I mean, it's a little bit twisted.
It's
but-
blood. It's blood pudding. It's totally fine.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
Blood
excuse
burn
you,
pudding.
nope, not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that. Nope, nope.
Good.
Nope. Never mind.
Oh, no.
So yeah, so he storms off and back into the room he was in, which was, I guess, incidentally the same room you were in, right?
Yeah.
And you hear him rummaging around.
I don't know what he's rummaging for. I don't think he has anything. I think we just grabbed. I think I carried him like a suitcase.
All right. Well, still, he's just in there making noise then.
Does-
Stupid Scoreth with his big head and
Does
stupid
someone
face.
Does someone make food? No. Okay. Nobody makes food. Let's go.
All
And then
right.
he like clomps back outside.
He comes back out of the room and he's pulled like the blanket off of the bed that was in there, and he's just got it wrapped around his shoulders.
Tiny puny humans with their cold. Anyway, Sama, what are we doing? Gol, is this bread?
I feel like Sama went with I forget her name, the lady who runs the quarry, because
Orca.
because Rook was like, "Get me a horse and a cart. Everything else is up in the air." And Sama's like, "That's not remotely how that works. I'm gonna go make sure we get actual
Okay.
like food and stuff." So Sama's like probably fucked off to be like, "Actually, what we want is like food and some water and more dynamite."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Yeah, so she hooks you up the best they can. I mean, the food and the rations and stuff like that are not of a premium quality, but there is plenty
It's
in
food
quantity. They do have a pretty nice covered wagon. It's actually more durable than a typical one because it's designed to carry rocks and whatnot. So you've got a pretty good setup there. And
Frack, we
horses.
left the cannons. Oh well, that's a shame. We've dynamite now. It's the same. It's practically the same thing.
Right, you could just throw it. It's like a cannon with your arm. Anyway, so yeah, she'll give you a couple boxes of dynamite, food. Is there any other supplies you can think of? I mean, there's the possibility of things like tools that people would use to make arms or something. Or I mean, like what? I need your imagination to guide some of that, and maybe Gold can chime in there too if he has any ideas.
Probably yeah. So like I think for Sama, it's like you're talking like straight materials at this point, and like they don't have a lot. So it's anything metal that can be broken down easily, or is already cylindrical and you can like work a pivot into, because he's not like super smart in terms of engineering, but he has a basic knowledge of it because of Bishonia. So I think it's like probably like a metal brace or like a couple metal braces, maybe like a particularly sturdy log, and something he can just break. Like for him at least, it's something he can brace the rifle on. It doesn't have to be like super complicated.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so she kind of leads you back to a room where they have their primary digging tools and their quarry tools that are the hand usage ones, and parts and repair kits and things like that. So you can kind of rummage through and get what you think you need, and you feel pretty well taken care of in that way.
Excellent.
Cool. And 2 big horses, again, strong enough to carry stones or pull things with stones.
I feel like
Tails.
there's like a weird scene where Rook comes out with the kid and he looks, Gol, I've never seen this procedure done before, but is that bread you have? What does it do? The bread.
Oh, okay. Well, you see how her head and the floor are real close to each other?
Yeah.
The bread creates a buffer between that, so it's not as hard on her head.
Now,
Thus being slightly more comfortable.
Is it also to soak up the blood from?
I mean, that wasn't what I had intended it for, but hey, it works.
So like dual purpose, like a.
Yeah. You find something new. All you got to do is experiment. Boom, there you go. You have a bandage / blood soaker upper thing and a pillow.
It's like you can use a sword to cut steak, but like who does it? But I get it. Yeah, it's like
Speaking of which, can you pass me another loaf of bread? This one's kind of
starting to get
starting to get soggy.
I think like he like grabs the one that Johnny had just picked up, and then gives it to Gol, and then takes the other one and you can have that one, and he hands him the used loaf.
That's horrible. No one eats that.
It's a good time for Sama to come back because apparently kids don't know how to do life. Apparently, he's gone.
and even Werter, when you kind of walk into the scene and she's with you and you've got the supplies and she's maybe leading one of the horses, she like lets go of the reins and or kind of tosses them your way and then starts running towards the boy like, no, what is wrong with you? And she looks at Rook. He's just a boy. We have a kitchen.
I don't
and
understand.
She like takes him off into the kitchen.
Everything you eat has blood in it. I don't know what's the difference.
Bread doesn't have blood in it, Rook. That's not how that.
Well, you eat the bread with meat.
Yeah, I'm just whatever. I think Sama takes the bread, the blood bread, and just like
blood loaf
and the blood loaf, yeah, and just like puts it in a bag where Rook can't get to it because he has a use for it potentially, but it's not any of these things because that's dumb.
This is a whole new chapter in the Blood Thrall series. It's Blood Loaf.
I just want you to, when you publish this, make sure that's an item in there, please.
Yeah. Please make the blood loaf.
Yes, we will have. So goal, you feel like your potion is nearing completion.
Okay, so Goal's gonna say, okay, hold on, stand back. And instead of injecting it in her with the large needles that he uses for Rook's tough hide, he's just gonna like tilt her head back and try pouring it down her mouth.
Okay. How do you imagine that going?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna make you roll. I want you to just tell me.
Yeah. I imagine it sliding down her throat hole and her not going and coughing it all up.
Thanks.
Okay, good. All right. So that's what happens then. Roll some healing.
I did.
You have a giant 4 hit points now, Luca.
Woo.
And your exhaustion is up to level 4 instead of 5.
Hooray.
So you can move.
Luca just lies there on the ground for a moment and goes, "Is that garlic?"
She's alive.
I think it was regular bread.
Good.
Don't ruin my joke. And Luca is just going to probably just continue laying there for a couple minutes to just kind of like almost that thing when you first wake up and you just kind of lay there to kind of like stretch and like feel you gain control over your body again as you come into consciousness.
It's a slow rebooting process.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And this potion that you're given too has a pretty interesting, almost like a high that you get from it. But when you're also, your body's like half asleep, it probably just makes you feel all tingly and a little bit nervy, kind of like, oh, yuck.
Fair. After a couple of minutes of laying there, Luca is going to extend her good arm, aka the only one. Fuck off, Mike. Is going to extend her arm out to Goal or whoever might be around. I assume the Goal is the closest to her, to see if he'll like help pull her into like a sitting up position since she's gonna be struggling otherwise. And then she's just gonna sit upright and basically ask to be caught up on what happened and what's going on. So whoever wants to fill her in on that, or we can just, for the sake of expediency, say that someone did.
All right. So unless Goal has something to add, I'll assume he then does help you up into your sitting position. And Werter comes back in from wherever she took Johnny with like some napkins and some more bread on them, and she's like trying to feed you guys. This is all I could carry. We've and she's got a pouch and she like pulls out some dried meat and hands it to you also.
I'm sorry, but where are the horses?
They're outside.
And the cart as well?
Yes.
Oh. Well, in that case, Luca, are you good to walk, or are you still very tired from that time you fell asleep?
You fell asleep.
So Rook, that's what it is. I just fell asleep very hard.
Yeah.
Listen,
he's pretty, but not smart.
That's giving your character a lot of credit. Is there enough out of character? Is there enough room in the wagon for her to kind of rest for a while, or is it small enough that like that's not going to work out?
No, it's pretty large, and that was part of the idea, is that you guys would be able to use the wagon to rest while one of you is driving it. So,
Yep.
I probably could walk if it's absolutely necessary, but I think I still need to figuratively and literally find my footing again. So I may actually take some time to rest in the wagon.
very good.
But can you walk, or do you need me to carry you? Like you're sleeping again.
I should be fine. Once I get up right from here, if you can help me up, just stand up, I can probably make my way over to the wagon just fine.
Yeah, Wordra just kind of gets in between you and Rook and helps you up. She, puts her arm, under your arm, around your shoulders, and helps you up. And then, even though she's shorter, she still, lets you lean on her and walk you over there.
Sama has gone into the kitchen that she left and raided the rest of it, since she said she could only carry a bit, has taken whatever's left.
Okay.
Since everyone's leaving, might as well not waste it.
Right. Yeah.
She's a dwarf, right?
Yeah.
Trying to take some lessons that he's gotten from Luca, he like squats down to be like eye level, thinking it's the appropriate way to respond to someone small. And he says, "Thank you so much for all of your help." And he looks to Luca. "We really appreciate your horses and all of your food, and we really wish you that you have the best of luck, but you should probably leave right away, or giant monsters are going to come and kill you and eat you very quickly. So
yes.
We're going to get in the cart and we're going to go to Pashonia. I don't know where you're going, but thank you." And he goes to reach out and pat her on the shoulder.
Yes.
Great.
And that's funny though. I can picture you literally crouched
just
down,
squatted down, wings unfurled, squatted down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the same woman that's been helped me up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Luca's going to very weakly be like, "Rook, that was so good. I'm so proud."
Thank you. I'm trying.
As her head just literally
rolls over.
We'll give you more
She's
bread.
like Wesley in Princess Bride.
Yeah, the Princess Bride.
Where he's just like,
yes.
Gold, do you
and
have...
you're excited about a little head jiggle.
Gold, do you have more bread for her head?
And Rook is my Andre the Giant.
Yes.
I think Sama grabbed all the leftover bread.
Oh, well.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah. So as you're in there, Sama, also you're grabbing stuff. There's other dwarves and other workers in there. They're not all dwarves. I keep just generalizing it, but anyway. So and they're collecting stuff, and everybody's being very reasonable about it. Understanding that everybody has needs. So, but yeah, you've got
Sama's going for stuff that is less perishable. So the dried meats, the really important, because they're on a long trip, and he knows that. So he's prioritizing the stuff that'll last a while. But
yeah,
and everything else is everyone else can take what they need at that. He's a guest here clearly, so he's taking what he can and trying to stay out of the way.
Yeah. So you've got sausages and some hard cheeses and some bread.
Yeah.
Probably some water skins with various drinks in it, ales and stuff like that also would be common for these folk.
Yep.
But okay. So you're loading up the wagon as best you can, as much as you can. Luca's in there. Wordra has also gathered some of the bedding from the rooms you guys were in, so that she doesn't have to lay on bread. And
hashtag blood love.
hashtag blood love. And so
carbohydrates lay on bread. Sorry,
it's like a blood oath but tastier.
Yeah, that's what is when you make deals over food.
It's
right.
We will make this blood loaf, and you shake on the bread.
Right, you're breaking bread together.
Exactly.
You hold the bread and
Comes full
shake.
circle.
That's my next year's April Fool's D&D class, the Paladin Loaf of Compassion.
The loaf of conquest.
Alrighty. So yeah, as you guys now are, you're pretty much getting ready to leave. Who's gonna drive? Who's gonna actually, sit on the top and command the horses?
I can't reach the pedals.
Gonna go ahead and say it's not me.
I think it's Sama.
Right, yeah.
I think it's Sama. I don't think Goal can ride a horse. Me. I'm not Goal. I don't think Rook can ride a horse.
I don't think we're riding the horse. We're sitting on.
Yeah,
the
we're like
wagon.
you're sitting on a carriage and just like.
Yeah, the horses
Oh.
are connected to it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gold,
Goal
Goal's
is, to
probably
be fair,
in
the
the best
least
shape.
exhausted of the rest
That's
of us.
true.
So
Yeah,
I feel like
I've
Sama
got
will take
2.
over after like a couple hours to like take a quick meditate nap. But yeah.
All right, cool. You're getting situated, and you do hear now more horses coming from the same direction you guys did, from the same direction that Liam came. And Werter says, "We'll distract them best we can. You guys head north. If you can follow the line of the forest and the mountains. When you get to there's a river that divides the mountains. Cross the river. Don't follow into the mountains. You're going to go, it's going to take you twice as long to go around that ridge. So cross the river. And then if you keep going a little further, I think you'll probably find a good place to camp for the night. There's lots of little fingers of water kind of coming out of the mountains there that are going to give you various little nooks and crannies to camp in to hopefully stay hidden.
Appreciate it.
So, and Fjord. Okay. Oregon Trail. Yes.
That's where everyone dies.
Right. Now you have dysentery to deal with, not just blood thrills.
Yeah.
So
I
you
got bit by
hop
a
on.
snake and I died.
You don't have enough room for all that buffalo meat. What you gonna do?
So you see a small group of horses and men and what appears to be a zombified version of Fagin actually kind of coming up the road from the direction you guys came, and you're going the other way.
Nope.
You can even see on one of the horses is Henry, or parts of him. And I mean, they're all just decimated zombie creatures at this point. Sort of like the Unmade, but having a different kind of.
I did
deal.
tell the people that were miners to hurry up, so I really hope that they don't become more undead.
Yeah, well, they're actually coming out. They've got hammers and pickaxes and things like that, and they're going to try to defend themselves a little bit and give you guys a chance to not be followed. So as opposed to just purely running,
Well,
they think that's the best action. So they come out and they fight, and you guys take off north.
Mm-hmm. I like the juxtaposition of that scene is everyone except for Goal just sleeping, and then a bunch of undead and a bunch of miners are like, "We'll hold the line." We're like, "Okay."
Good night.
You're doing
Best of
great.
luck.
You do that.
Yeah. You're doing a great job.
We gotta go. So you go. You take off for a couple hours. And so far, I mean, it's daylight now. It's bright, full morning, full mid-morning, and you guys have a clear path ahead of you. So tell me a little bit more about how you're doing these sleeping shifts, and are you meditating, Sama, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Sama's like zoned out in the back. I think is conscious enough that if like Goal like wakes him up, he'll be up pretty quick. But is the most time sort of just tuned out and just breathing for a bit because he exhausted.
Yeah.
I want to say that Luca is probably like fades in it, like doesn't get restful sleep. Like, I mean, she sleeps, but like I want to say it's one of those things where like every like 20 minutes or so, she's like jostled awake by like some like the carriage, the wagon moving or something like that. But she probably sleeps the longest of everyone because of just being out of it.
Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. So, you guys press on. What about you, Rook? Do you have any descriptions, anything to add?
That's me. I'm Rook.
Yes.
I did the same thing that Kettle did. I was like, oh, Rook should tune in right now. I don't think so. I don't think he does. He's just gonna sleep whenever he has the opportunity. So he sleeps for 8 hours. So I mean, he'll be asleep and then awake, and then talking to everybody about everything that's going on.
Yeah, I imagine during this time, you guys are all so exhausted that you have to sleep. You know, it's whether it's meditating or whatever, but you almost, it's beyond voluntary. But Johnny, on the other hand, is like a 9-year-old, right? And he's in the back and he's like, wide awake at this point. So he's like poking at you guys and like lifting up your wing and like looking at the different folds in it and
I
probably.
I think at some point Luca is like even like kind of like in one of those instances where she's awake and then falls back to sleep immediately. Like as she's like zoning back out again, she's going to like either to Sama or to Rook or Goal if there's been a switch off. Just someone please just give him some wine or some whiskey or something to make him sleep, please, and then passes out again.
I think Sama, like at one point, like probably because if we're going for a couple hours, like if it's 4 hours after that, Sama will wake up, look around, see Johnny has been poking people for like several hours at this point, and just sort of, if Goal's still driving, picks him up, moves him over, plops him next to Goal, and then goes back to bed.
All right. Yeah, I could see there's probably before that, even Johnny's like standing on Rook's shoulder, like he's still asleep, but he's like standing on his shoulder and he's like peeking out the little opening that goes up to where Goal is sitting to drive the carriage.
Yep.
He's like, hey, got any food?
Goal's gonna look at him and look down at his shoes.
Where are we going? Did you see anything cool?
What size shoes do you wear?
My dad made them. I don't know how big they are.
Run me them shoes, dude.
I mean, they look like your size. Do you want them?
Yeah, you mind if I try them on?
Yeah, well, only if I can sit up there with you.
Well, yeah, that'd probably be for the best.
Cool. So he like climbs up over the bench and he ends up there with you and he takes his shoes off and he hands them to you, and you've noticed the horses drifting off the road a little bit while you're messing with it, but it's fine.
He's gonna hand the reins to Johnny for just a second while he puts the shoes on.
What do I do with these?
Just hold them steady.
Can I pull on them?
I swear I will throw you off this card.
We almost had more old man noises there.
Young man noises.
Young man noises.
How? I was gonna ask him a question and I got sidetracked. Yeah. How's that large gaping? Where did he carve up his legs? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all bandaged. They're looking pretty clean though, because Wartress switched them out at some point while you guys were there.
Yeah, Goal's not one for talking to kids and stuff, so he's just gonna look at him and be like, how's them legs?
Oh well, they're getting better. They're still sore though. I don't. It's been a weird couple days.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty scared, but at least we're like going on an adventure, right? Like look at these trees. This is a cool place.
No. We're going on an adventure. You're just here. You realize the big lizard dude wants to eat you, right?
What? No, he wouldn't. We're friends now. Nah, he's totally.
We have literally had to convince him not to rip your head off multiple times. It would probably be in your best interest to just kind of chill.
You know what? You're a poopy head.
Can I just watch this for the next hour?
Yeah. You think so? Yeah. Gold doesn't understand that kids act like kids. He seriously thinks if this child is purposely annoying.
Let's also talk for a moment about how you said the lizard man wants to eat you, and I didn't realize you were talking about Rook. Thought you meant the dragon, and I was like,
Yeah.
when did we talk to him?
Like, I just love the idea that Gold thinks this tiny human is just that. It's just a tinier, fully grown human. It hasn't physically grown up yet, but they have the same mental faculties as an adult.
Gold is all artists from the Renaissance.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny adult.
Yeah.
That's what a baby is.
So you can still walk, right?
Well, I can now. They've been helping me.
All right, okay. If you wake any one of them up, I'm going to tie you to the side of the cart and make you walk. While we all get to hang out up here and ride on the cart, like cool
No,
guys.
the cart's fun. I want to stay here.
Okay, then what did we say? We enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery, and try not to get ourselves killed or caught in an ambush, okay? All right?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
Not a word.
Mhm.
Not a word.
Okay.
Do you like birds? Well, you've got a bird, like they're like a weird robot bird.
She's not feeling well. Don't talk to her.
Okay. What about horses? Do you like horses?
Do you like walking? I think we did yeah?
What? I said I wouldn't talk. What's wrong?
You
All right.
Goal's gonna just look forward.
So at that point, he forgets about you, and he's playing with the bench and tries to grab a leaf as you go by a tree, and he's like tearing it apart.
I can see Gold like looking for a pothole to like bump the cart and be like, "Ah!" and just shove the kid off. Oh no, you fell.
Oh
All right.
no, that's a shame. Run, try, catch up.
To be fair, I stole the kid's shoes. He's not getting them back.
Right. And you're gonna make him run alongside, like with these legs that
Do
are all
not
bandaged
steal
up,
them.
and
They were given to you.
right.
They are a
So
gift.
Yeah, and also to be fair, I don't think Goal has the physical ability to fight a child. Like I'm pretty sure Goal would get handed.
Oh Lord.
boards. Right. So yeah. So was there any plan for you to switch out, or are you just going to drive as long as you can?
Until one of them like wakes up, or I mean, if we get to like an 8 or 9 hour mark, then I probably wake them up by like going off the side of the road and hitting the rumble strips. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So so you're hitting that 8 to 9 hour mark. It's late afternoon. The sun's getting low enough that the mountains are casting shadow over most of where you're at, and as you're traveling north, it is also getting cooler, so it's got that kind of chilly 50s 60s kind of temperature feel to it. You do hear a pretty strong moving river up ahead. I mean, you can just kind of tell that's what the sounds are that you're hearing, in addition to the forest and everything. You suspect that other than little creeks and stuff, this is the first bigger one that you've seen. So you expect it's probably the one that Werther was talking about. And like I said, it's about the 8 or 9 hour mark, and they're still asleep. Actually, Sama's on his second sleep, I think.
Yeah,
Someone has taken a double sleep, if that's possible, for sure.
yeah. He's probably gonna reach back, and I don't know who's closest to him, but he's gonna wake somebody up. Who do you want to be? Which one of you want to be closest to my
I
short
think
little
Sama's
arms?
probably the most conscious, like regardless. So he probably notices you reaching back. Like he probably sort of sense you reaching out, and sort of wakes up.
Okay.
I believe we have found the water source.
You can hear it
Luca is
too.
going to continue
Yeah.
using the sleep.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Someone's
Honk you.
Someone's gonna look out the thing. Like, so how big of a problem is this river to cross if we've hit the river at this point?
It has been crossed before by wagons and such like yours. There's if the water was up, if it was spring, that would be a problem. But you can see where people have like kind of tried to arrange rocks to make higher ground to bounce along and stuff like that. So you feel like if you were careful, you could probably go as is, but if you wanted to work the problem a little bit, you could make it a little more
I just like to see if make sure that none of if they've built like a little path. Some's going to I'll take a look and make sure that none of the path has been too washed away that it'll give way or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys stop and take a little time to do that. Does Rook do anything?
No, he needs a full 8 hours of sleep. So if anything, he's barely awake right now.
Okay, that's fine.
He's not an elf, unfortunately.
It's true.
We all make mistakes.
Right. Alrighty. So I guess Sama and Goal can give me a perception roll. Let's see. You're still at one level of exhaustion after 2 rests. So is that an ability check?
Yeah, it is. I think it's
okay.
I'm at disadvantage for this. But I was gonna actually say I can use survival, but they're the same skill, so it doesn't matter.
You too, Goal. Goliath, Kindle.
Nope, that's the wrong button.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
Perception.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what.
So like a 12 at a 12.
He's been driving all day. He's not.
And 11 still better than, or a 12 still better than 11, and it's a disadvantage. So okay. Yeah, so you're working the path a little bit. You do find some areas that you feel like you need to spend some time with. And it just sort of tinkles into the back of your mind. That's probably not the best choice of word. That you don't hear the boy. And then you realize you hear some splashing in the water that is not common splashing. It's coming from downriver and beyond your visual range. The creek or the river, turns.
Does there happen to be the kind of sound? Is it like, haha, oh look at me, it's water, or is it like, oh god, I'm drowning and a small child?
The first one.
Okay, cool.
But he just slipped off and
decided to take a swim. Okay, so
he's playing.
9-year-old. Got it.
I was gonna say, if he's drowning, let him drown.
So someone's like, Goal, I'm gonna go get the.
Oh no! Please, don't save him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And someone will walk over. Well, someone will go back to his bag, grab his gun just in case. Grab a bag, and then go.
I can't save him.
And go off and get the kid.
He's clearly
You're going snipe hunting, aren't you?
He's clearly drowning. I have to just put him out of his misery. I can't swim either.
Yeah, he's like a horse.
Oh lordy.
Oh, the water's too cold. I can't. Sensitive.
Yes. Alrighty. Right. So you come down the stream just 100 feet or so around a fairly large tree, and he's just playing on some rocks. He's sitting on a rock with his feet in the water, and he's kicking, and you can see his bandage around his leg is he's been bleeding a little bit more. Maybe he overdid it, but he doesn't look too bad. However, you do notice, like you kind of make eye contact with him, and he waves like, "Woo, this is normal." But off in the distance, through the trees, you see a haze in the air that reminds you of campfire smoke. It's far enough away you don't see a campfire or a camp.
Towards us? Well, so is it back the direction we came, or is it like?
Is it
adjacent?
Yeah, adjacent. It's west.
All right.
Maybe a little southwest. You came from the south, but it's more west than anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's deeper into the forest, away from the mountains.
Cool. Is there anything else I can Can I see Can I see anything else through the trees from here, or is it just kind of like there's smoke clearly kind of coming up?
Yeah, smoke. Just that one.
Okay.
It's a fairly dense forest, so.
All right. Well. Hey, Johnny. How you doing?
Well, you were taking so long, and I just thought it'd be fun.
No, I get it. Like, I was a kid once.
Cool.
Splashed around. It's fun.
I
but,
think I messed up my bandage.
Why don't you
I mean-
come out of the river and let me take a look at it?
Okay. He comes up to you. He's limping again.
Yeah. So, someone's gonna like sit him down on like probably if there's a tree stump nearby or like a rock sort of that's not in the river, set him up next to it, sort of sit him
Okay.
down, and then sort of like peel bandages back off, sort of start to tighten them again if they're clean enough that he can do that. But if not, is gonna unwrap the whole thing, like wash them in the river, and wrap the whole thing on again. And it'll be cooler that way because water. So
Yeah. So that's what you end up doing. He makes all the kid grimace noises and it hurts, pulling where it's dried and stuck to it a little bit and all that stuff.
yeah, I get it. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but you're gonna get some cool water on it, and it'll feel a little better in a minute.
Good. All right. Thank you. That was way nicer than you guys usually are to me. I'm sorry about all the trouble I've caused.
Well, I don't really think any of it's your fault, so don't worry about it too much.
Yeah, and he like looks at his hands, and there's some scarring and stuff from where he's used his fire speaking ability, and he starts to cry, but he's trying to hold it in and hide it and all that stuff.
Sama turns around and goes, I don't know about you, but I can't see anything when I'm not looking at it. So
Okay. He tries to suck it up. I think Oliver would have said I could choose who I am, but I don't feel like I get much of a choice.
yeah, well, sometimes the choice isn't who you are or what you are, but what you do with the best with what you got.
Yeah, he would have said something like that too. So are we camping here? It's like going to be dark soon.
And some sort of like puts a hand on his shoulders and goes, actually, if you're down for it, I'm going to teach you something about camping, because it sounds like something that maybe you might want to learn about in the future.
Okay.
And he sort of spins him around to look at the campfire. So you see the smoke back there?
Oh, yeah, I guess I do. I didn't know it was there. I should have smelled it. But
Right?
yeah.
Well,
It's going like the wind's going the other way.
Something else is camping. Exactly. So there's that one. So someone or something else is camping nearby. And if the wind is going that way, that means it's more of a chance of them being able to hear us. So that means that we need to be a little bit more careful, right? Because as you've noticed, most people on the road have not been stupendously friendly to us. So we could camp here, but I think it's going to be safer if we cross the river. But we also kind of want to know who those people are, right?
Okay.
So do me a favor. Why don't you run on back to the wagon and let Goal. Do you know their names yet? Is that a thing
Yeah.
I went over? Okay.
Yeah. There's Goal, and there's the lady and Rook.
Yep. That was about correct. The lady is Luca, Johnny.
Listen, the lady is the best that I could hope for. Correct.
No, that's a good name. Was she? Yeah. She's been nice to me. I guess Yeah, thank you. All right, so he bounds off, or not really, but he kind of limps off.
Yeah, he's just like, go back. Tell him like, go back, tell Goal.
Oh yeah, you were gonna tell him.
There.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a bit of a closer look.
Okay. Yep.
And just be ready for trouble if I come back running.
Yep. All righty. So Johnny gets back and relays all that information to you, Goal, that Sama thinks there's possibly a party of people that he wants to just make sure aren't on their way to kill y'alls.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Does he wake
so
us
what do you
all
got?
up?
What do you? No, he just tells Goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
He makes a big deal of being like, I'm being quiet. I'm I'm not going to wake them up, like you said, because I really don't want to walk now because my leg hurts.
Good kid.
Yeah, I saw some fish. There was one. I could have almost touched it. I tried, but it was under the water, and it, I guess, was further away than it looked. The way the water was.
Yeah, that's how fish work. Under the water.
All right, Sama.
So nice to this small child. Yeah, so Sama's gonna try and. Well, I've got one thing of freaking exhaustion, so this might not be nearly as successful as it usually is. But Sama is going to try and do the sneak up to a point where he can sort of see what's there.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Come on, good rolls.
11.
Good rolls.
11 with a 1 is not the worst thing I've ever rolled, to be fair. So, you
are so stealthy.
I'm so stealthy. The most stealthy.
That's great. Okay, so yeah, you move through the trees fairly well. I mean, you're just not yourself, but it's all right. So
Sama has the gun loaded and in his hand in case that's the signal he needs to send of shit's going down, time to move.
Yeah.
Because gun be loud. Like he's taken the little silencer sort of apparatus off the front. It's like, all right,
okay.
If we're gonna go loud, we're gonna go loud.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you do get down the way. So actually, the river kind of twists and turns and does a bit of a snake turn, and you kind of are basically crossing between two of the humps. The one where you were with Johnny, and then as you pass through the forest, you get to a point where the river kind of swings back, and there is a campsite there, and it is it appears to be mercs. There's a couple people with armor with the Landslide's white tusks painted on it, and the other guys are of a lower esteem or whatever. They don't have the same level. But anyway, so there's 4 or 5 of them there. There's a couple horses. They're sitting around a campfire poking at some food that they're cooking.
Have any of them noticed me or from what I can? Cool.
No, they don't appear to be trying to notice anything.
Gotcha.
They're just talking, complaining. They're not loud enough for you to hear from your area, but you can see them.
Okay. I have a bad idea that I'm not going to do. And so Sama said backs away through the trees and leaves if they're not busy paying any attention to anything.
All right. Cool. Okay. So that works. You get back. Anything on your way, or are you just going back to the wagon?
Nope. I am going to bite down the temptation to say, I throw a stick of dynamite into the fire and then run like hell. Instead, we're just going to sneak away because that makes way smarter.
All right. Well, it would have answered their question at least. Why the hell they got to send us out here into this nowhere land? Anyway,
that would have answered the question. Yep. And if Sama listens for a little bit and they're just bitching about why do we want to be here? No one's telling us anything. They just stuck us out here in the forest. Sama's gonna be ignorant mercs. Goodbye.
Yeah. So cool. So you get back, and Johnny is just to Gull. He's whispering, but he's talking about the fish and the rocks, and there's the one rock that skipped 3 bounces, and most of them wouldn't though because he couldn't find the flat ones. So he tried to smooth one out, but he couldn't because it was rock. And I can see Gull literally doing
that
what Kindle's doing.
Yep.
I feel like there's when your dog's asleep and it opens one eye to look at you and is not amused and then closes its eye. There's a moment where Gull his eye separates and he sees this happening and then just closes it and pretends to be back asleep.
Yeah.
I'm like Curly in City Slickers.
Yeah.
Just not having it.
Well, that was a fucking reference too.
Okay, so you're back. This is what you see, Sama.
Well,
and you've got your, the trail you feel like is stable enough to ford the water.
Well, might as well get going. There's a bunch of mercs camped out not too far from here, and I don't want to give them any ideas. And like, I think that Thomas says that and then listens to and sees Gold just like zoning out from Johnny, just blah, 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 and just sort of like snaps his fingers in front of Gold's face, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we should get going. There's a bunch of Landslide's mercs camped further out."
Okay. Which way? Obviously away from the
Yeah,
the
no,
smoking.
like just across the river.
Okay.
We got with the path we made.
All right. Well, I guess
Johnny?
we gotta.
If you could get back in the cart so you're not in the way, please.
Oh, yeah. He clambers up like over one of the wheels and flops down like right on top of Rook, like boom, wakes you up.
Yep.
I'm awake. What is happening? Why?
He like grabs your lip and like
Rook snatches his hand, and then puts the whole hand in his mouth, and then just looks at him.
Ian, stop it!
Don't ever do that again, or I will bite the whole thing off, and then I will have Gold sew it closed.
Fine. I've never. Your lips are so big.
I will eat you.
Okay, fine. And he
that's why
like
we
goes
didn't-
over and he
That's why we
leans
didn't eat
against
food.
Luca.
Sama just like bangs on the cart like, "Rook, gonna need you out here for a minute."
Great, I'll eat you later. And he like clambers up over people. What is it, Selma? And he like I imagine for some reason in my head this is an old covered wagon like from like
Yep.
from like the gold rush, and he just peeks his head out of the curtain. What can I help you with?
We gotta get the cart across the river, and I could use somebody with a bit more strength than I do to help lead the horses.
To pick up the car. Oh,
No, not to pick up the cart.
oh.
There's a path in the river that people have used to cross it. We can sort of move the cart across it. I just want to make sure the horses don't off into the river.
Oh, okay, great. I can do that. And he hops out of the thing and goes to help Sama.
Okay. Yeah. So with the two of you and the horses, you keep the cart stabilized, and you pull all the way across, and you're on the other side of the river.
About how long do you think it is from Bishonia?
That's a great question. About how long do I think it is from Lishone?
Give me a survival roll.
I can do that with disadvantage because I'm still tired. Good point. That's all right. 14
Yeah.
on disadvantage. I'll take it. That's pretty okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of factors to take into effect that are going to be a little bit hard to assess. But,
Sure.
with a full hard day of writing, and, kind of coming this back way, you at first were estimating it was about 4 total days away. It was a little over half a day to the quarry, and then you've got another day in. So you'd say 2 days if you're going to push it.
So like 2 or 3, essentially.
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 days. Depending
Yep.
on how hard we ride.
Okay.
So
And is anyone following us, or is it?
well, Landslide put a merc post back in the woods, back across the river, a couple hundred feet away. But
Oh,
they don't know what the fuck they're doing there, so I'm assuming they've been sent on just to post up here in case something happens, which is not exactly the best kind of information to go on. So I'm not worried about it too much, at least for now.
got it. So we're not going to kill them right now.
No, that would be dumb.
Right. That would be dumb.
I mean, we could try, but you're tired, I'm tired. Goal is not a fighter, and Luca is real tired, so.
That is true. You're right. It is better if we wait and then kill them in the morning.
Or get to Bishonia and get guns for Goal to become a fighter, and then we can go kill all the blood thralls afterwards.
Oh, right. Okay. I can. That's a good plan.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Very good.
Did you have something to say, Cora?
Nope. Just honk shoeing. Just honk shoeing. Don't mind me. I just wanted to contribute in some way, so fuck it. Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
Alrighty.
That's what snoring
Um,
sounds like.
Yep, that sounds right. So I think Sama will probably take a little bit of time to give Goal time to sleep, and then as soon as Goal or Rook are awake again and are, I think, because no, until like next time someone like Goal or someone else who is awake enough to take the reins, Sama will go back to bed again, but he'll
Okay.
take it for the night since he's gotten a chance to really just get a really good solid rest in.
Okay. All right. So you guys, I assume, kind of while you're riding, break into the rations and you have dinner. Though, you know, even Luca would probably wake up and do that and then maybe go back to sleep. And you go on for another few hours until, you know, it's full dark. As you're traveling, now that your senses are a little bit more attuned to the possibility, you do notice there are kind of plumes of smoke coming from what it must be other campsites that are just out in the forest. If you were to try to make a guess, you know, it seems, and I think you had some more information from somebody at some point that they are trying to put a perimeter around Bishonia.
Yeah.
So you're kind of seeing some of that. As Werter described, there's a number of fingers of this river, the main one you cross, but now there's smaller ones. They're all manageable to cross, but they do keep you going fairly slow. I don't know what your thoughts about the rest and health situation of you and the party, but are you going to just try to keep pushing through, or are you kind of looking for some place where you can
Sama's
really
pushing until the horses start to get tired, and then we'll go find a place where we can all just kind of like where everyone can collectively just not for a hot couple hours at least.
Okay.
Just because like he knows that if the horses are tired, that's going to be bad in the long run, even if we push it real hard now, because he's guessing there's going to be a real hard push at the end of whatever this is. So he's going to try and keep everything as manageable as possible.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So that works out well for you as you are starting to see the horses flag a little bit. You see that last creek you just went over, the most recent one. You know, one of the horses kind of stepped on a rock and it slipped down into the water, and he's fine, but you know that the way they've been running before, they've been really stable and really sharp about such things. They're used to running on rock. That's sort of what they were bred for. Yep. So they're starting to flag. You think it's probably after midnight at this point. It's been a little while since you've seen a plume of smoke that feels like it's in range to be of any concern. And you kind of are pulling through a bit of I don't know what the word for that would be, but there's kind of the way the mountains are formed. There's like almost a U shape, like a cul-de-sac of sorts, like that you're kind of going past. You see, there's even a little waterfall, and it's hard not to think there's probably some really good opportunity to shelter there, to be hidden and all that kind of stuff. Does that appeal to you?
That seems like a good place to stop. Yeah. And if I can't like see any particular problems with the place, then there's no reason he wouldn't just like sort of stop there and then sort of keep watch anyway since he's still awake.
Yeah. All right. So I actually moved you guys to a different map.
Oh damn.
This is not one of my maps. I will share that. But
is this a 2-minute tabletop map?
It is a 2-minute table or a.
I love.
Yeah. So anyway.
Great.
They are great.
All right.
Let me zoom out here.
So,
whereabouts are we?
So yeah, you're coming in like from the south here, and you also you see this little waterfall. You see there's like little paths that maybe go behind the waterfall, and you also see these other structures that are, if you're long gone at this point, but there's lots of high spots and low spots and bushes and things like that. And you know, this area here looks like it's pretty fordable also if you're gonna like ride across it.
Okay.
If you're pinging, I think you're on the wrong layer.
No, I saw the thing.
I didn't. That's all right. There they
down
are.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I pinged.
Okay.
Cool.
Maybe my ping is too blue.
if Sama's coming, if we're coming from the south, I think if this looks like the most easily like crossable point,
Yeah.
Sama's going to park the caravan somewhere around here.
Okay.
On the right side, like that way, if someone is just crossing, they won't run into them immediately in the structure here. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good deal. So you park there, and so tell me about your activities at this point, everybody. Of course, Johnny immediately hops down and starts like going along the edge of the water bank here.
How long have we been traveling, Daryl?
So now you're like on 15, 16 hours of straight ride.
Okay. Yeah, I think like Rook hops down out of like the back, like he like opens the the pickup truck bed and slides out, and then like gently shakes Luca in her good arm.
Yes. You're muted.
You're muted.
Luca, after being gently jostled. Can you gently jostle something?
Yeah.
Gently jostled awake. If she had both her arms, she'd essentially do this move, but since she doesn't, she just kind of extends her one good arm out to silently indicate to Rook that if he's still willing to like carry her.
Yeah. I think that's if she had two arms, she would do this. Yeah, like Rook.
That's what it is.
Rook leans forward and kind of gives you another scoop, and then brings you out of the thing. And like I think like he just keeps walking to like there's like the ruins of like some kind of building. He like walks up to there, knowing that there's cover, and just like walks up the hill and then deposits you. Okay, I think we're stopping for the night.
Okay, thank you.
You're doing great. And he like pats you.
Ow.
He's okay.
All right.
Where's that kid?
We'll work on gentleness later. But
it's like a toddler patting a kitten.
Yeah. Gonna bite.
I think I jarred him too hard.
Yeah.
Put the rabbit down, Lenny.
Yeah.
All right. So Johnny just starts. He runs up to you and starts kind of babbling about everything he's seen on the journey. But he does include in that, and there was like 4 different times when Sama said, "Look over there, there's smoke," and he was like helping me learn about all the different things that could mean. And I guess we're hiding here because we don't want to be found by the people with the smoke.
Johnny, shut up. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Like the way that Sama taught you a lesson. But not. If you keep talking very loud or at all.
I'm not loud.
Shut. If you keep talking, you see how no one else is talking except for mostly you? If you keep talking, it'll give away our secret hiding place, and then someone will come and kill you. You're doing great. And then, like, I think he picks him up and just deposits him next to Luca. And then walks away.
And he's tired because he's been up this whole time, right? So he's got that really sensitive, like, I'm going to just start crying because she told me someone was going to kill me thing.
And Sama, without looking, is just like, oh, no, go. You go. You were talking. Go.
Little one, have you slept yet?
Not since yesterday.
Okay, then since we are taking time to stop somewhere for the night and not be moving around, you should probably take some time to rest and actually sleep, because you'll actually get the restful sleep since we won't be moving around in a wagon and it jostling so much. Okay?
Okay. Sorry, we hit the bar. That distracted me.
I think I picked a hiding spot on this convenient battle map.
I know, chat was like, oh, you guys are finally able to rest in a convenient little safe area. Great.
Well, folks, I put on real nice makeup today because I was always taught to dress up nice for a funeral. So, let's do it. Let's fucking do this shit. It's happening. I
Oh.
will use the poison meat shield. I don't care.
Oh my lord.
Nice. So you guys are, just to recap, you still have 1 level of exhaustion. Sama,
Yep.
Rook would have 2 because you got 2. You got the equivalent of 2 rests, but
Okay.
yeah. So you've got 1. Sama would have 0, but he ended up driving for a shift, right?
That's all right. Yeah. Like Goal's got 0. I've got. Well, I mean, it depends on if the Goal took a nap, but if Goal
Goal caught
like-
some Z's.
So yeah, so like Sama would rather have everyone at mostly functional as opposed to him at functional and let everyone else not. So
All right.
Speaking of which, Goal wants to roll a hit dice and get some.
Yes, you can do
kind of
that.
fair, honestly.
Same.
Yeah, I did.
And so Luke is at 3 down.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
So you'd be at 2 exhaustion points. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I able to roll anything right now?
Yeah,
you
you recovered at least 2 hit dice, so if you have 2 hit dice, you can spend them.
Yay. Roll. Alright. I'll take that.
That's pretty good. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Oh, you know what? I want to do one more.
I'm also
Nice.
Hey.
Oh man, that artificer D4. Oof.
Yeah. Well, it got me to 1 underneath max.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I have a thing in mind. I have a plan just in case shit really hits the fan. So
Corruption bar. It's so corrupted we get something nice.
I know it's so corrupt. You get something nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've hit the spot with all the loot and ammo. Shit's about to happen.
Right.
like we found-
Pirate ship
we-
rises
we-
up out of the water and it's covered in gold.
Oh, we
I
found
mean,
a
I'm
loot
running a
cave.
pirate campaign on Mondays. I feel like that's a reasonable thing
Yeah.
to happen, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you made Johnny cry, and Lucas started talking to him about getting a good rest, and
And then,
Rook, you go blank for a second. I'm not going to make everybody do the headphones thing because it'd be really quick. Your eyes like roll back in your head, and you are momentarily like paralyzed, and you hear the voice that you heard at the end of what was it, episode 1? Kill the boy now and hasten my return. And then you wake back up.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought that was the weird dragon.
That was a different voice, yeah. Nope.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Luca, you and also you feel like darkness when you feel that, Rook. Luca, you feel a sense of calm and peace and actual light, as if light is shining down from above upon you, yet you realize that it's not actually lighting up the area, but you just have this sense of light. And you hear, we are gathering, and it's a female voice, somewhat melodic, the troops that we can to help escort you to Bishoni if you can get close enough. We know that if the boy dies, that Demniak will return. Fagin did his best, but he was not strong enough, and he was foolish to attack. But you must press on one more day, and we will meet you at the cross of, and she kind of describes a road that where like a tower has fallen down across it. So the Brandox Tower. There we go. Sorry, words. And you, as you're listening to this and kind of feeling this amazing sense of hope, you see a woman kind of in your mind's eye that reminds you of an older version of the statue of Lorelei from Laclede. And Goal and Sama, Roll perception.
Oh.
Nice. So very good. Alrighty. So
What do you see with your elf eyes?
right here, I can't ping there because apparently the
Where are you looking?
your guy's in the way. What the heck? Here we go. So like right here, Sama, you see my ping in the middle bottom
Yep,
here?
Yep, see it. Yep.
You hear click of a crossbow being armed.
Are we on the map?
Not yet.
Like our tokens?
I don't know. Where are your tokens at?
Oh, okay. I thought you said your guy was in the way. Sorry.
Here-ish.
Oh, the pictures
Yeah, so-
on the bottom.
Gotcha.
Where are the tokens? They're in here. Luca and you.
I got them. They're all on the screen.
Oh, you did it? Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
Oh, I just can't move them.
Oh, that might be my fault. Hold on.
Okay.
But yeah, please put me
Controlled.
closest to the crossbow guy.
Controlled by... Who did I click on? Yeah, I'll fix that.
All right, so there we go. There you go,
Yeah.
chat. Thank you for
Someone would have
providing that.
parked the wagon like here, so it's out of like, or here in the bush where it's out of view of both like the approach and the across the wall, and then probably would have like, or like around here, just give or take. Just because sight lines are important, and nah, fuck that.
Sorry, I need to move your characters. They are in my way. the actual like faces for your guys.
Oh, go to
How do I do
the cog, and then there should be a thing that says something.
Yeah, I've seen it somewhere.
So scroll all the way down where it says chat avatars. It says player avatar size. Put it to names only.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Yay! Thank you.
No problem.
Okie dokie.
That helps so much.
It's so nice.
Did you not
Yeah.
know that? Have we been playing this entire time on Roll20, Frags? You had no idea?
Yes, I have 700 plus hours in Roll20 and just now found this out.
It's the most useful function.
It's the best one.
It's like, cool, now
Yeah.
I can finally see all the maps without having to, like, make them super huge.
Okay, so we heard mention that there is like stuff here.
Yep.
Okay. Sama takes a shot in the dark at the sound.
There you go. All right. So I guess roll to hit with. You already have disadvantage, so whatever.
I don't have disadvantage.
No, not to hit. Yeah,
Oh,
not
but
to hit.
Yeah, yeah. No,
But
it's dark
this
and I
thi-
don't know what I'm shooting at for sure.
Right.
Well, wait. Okay, well, 12. Probably not.
Okay.
but-
You hear a kind of a dang it, and this guy jumps into the correct layer.
Oh.
He steps out of the from behind the bush and rolls initiative.
Fair enough.
Great. Great. Good. Good.
Are we also
good.
rolling initiative?
Yeah, whoever wants to.
All right.
We all heard a shot go wide, right? So
Yeah, you heard him shoot. You heard Sama shoot. You heard this guy grunt and reveal himself. And then he says, "They know we're here."
Yep.
Look at that 23 action
I know,
there.
right?
Hey! Woohoo!
Yeah, 23 for me to do dick all.
Hey, it's a 23 to duck behind a wall and not get shot. That's real good.
I mean, yeah, it's more or less what I'm planning to do
fair.
somewhat. So you'll see.
Yeah.
You've got a rope dart. You can throw it and then.
So he steps. I'm on the wrong layer. Stupid me. Stupid. He steps up and ducks down behind this partial wall here with his crossbow. He's got merc armor on. but it's all kind of painted black, like some sort of a pseudo knight tactical group.
The Batman group. They
Yes.
spray painted their armor black.
Yes. But yeah,
so-
he's still all you see. But anyway, so we're Luca, and I have a 10.
The
So I
initiative
am-
is in chat.
Yep.
except for
Luca.
me.
No, you're in there.
Oh, I'm helmet.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the guy with the helmet.
He's the guy with the helmet.
Close enough.
Your name is Helmut.
Helmet Bro. My favorite.
Oh, what do you got, guys?
Luca is going to frantically take her cloak off that she has, the large green cloak that she has, and is literally going to put it over Johnny and like start grabbing like shrubbery and stuff like that to kind of cover him so it looks like it's just a bush to the best of her abilities. And while she is doing this, is going to be telling him, stay under there, don't move, please don't make a sound, do not come out unless one of us gets you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Please don't let me die. So, and roll survival for the hiding attempt.
Survival, but that's gonna
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's got leaves in his hair, and you think that's pretty good.
fair. My cloak is also green, so that might
Right,
help.
yeah. Right. I mean, it is dark. There is actually lots of just cover available. But as far as your effectiveness goes, who really can say? Who really can say? Okay. So, goal. What would you like to do, sir?
Okay, so I'm gonna try something. How you looking, Rook? How you holding up?
Relatively okay.
Relatively okay.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a safe assumption that you're gonna charge these baddies, right?
I mean, I would agree.
Okay.
Having a very
Goal's
relaxed conversation.
Goal's gonna pat Rook on the back and say, "You got this," and he's gonna cast heroism, kind of thing, and it's just gonna essentially he's giving him a he's like doing the shoulder rub, like, oh, you're gonna mess these guys up, you're gonna give them the good old 1-2, and yeah, you're
Thanks,
immune.
Nick.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're
Nick.
immune to fear, and you get +5.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Thanks, Mickey.
Yeah, no problem, kid. I got you. I'm here in your corner.
Fucking Christ.
Pretty awesome.
You got a kind of man you can't see out there.
So Sama and Rook go at the same time. So how do you want to do this, John?
If you want, I will give you covering fire if you want to move up.
Great.
Rochambeau.
Yeah.
Rochambeau for it right now.
Yeah. I'm down for it.
Do it for my amusement.
Is there a way we can
Yep.
do that? Is that a thing? How?
What?
Is there a way? So like,
Yeah, so like I think what you're trying to do, right? So mechanically, you're trying to fire enough rounds at this guy so that he doesn't know that I'm coming. Thus giving like me advantage on my attack is what I think.
Yeah, would
the
that be
goal
like a
is.
help kind of? I mean, that's like the equivalent.
That's it's definitely not. It's a bit over the health thing, but I'm happy to expend like a shot to keep him pinned down if that's what we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dope. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're going to help then.
Yeah, I'm going to try to help you to come up and get
20,
advantage on him.
25. Great.
So
So
a pistol bullet for that.
yeah, I am going to quickly reach, into my dispensary, and pull out a vial, and then I shake it real hard, and it begins to glow. This like amber kind of glow, and then he like thumbs the cap off and chugs this. And as you see like this glowing liquid dissipate, you see the eyes begin to glow, and I am consuming my mutagen called Night Eye, and I'm gaining 60 feet of dark vision. Because your boy ain't got dark vision, because dragons, for some reason. So yeah, I do that, and then I'm gonna run at this guy that I can see now, and I'm going to fucking stab him.
All right. So yeah, he's leaned down behind the small portion of that wall there, avoiding shots from Sama, and you get to roll to hit.
I roll this button with advantage, so 23.
Woo!
So
Yeah,
he takes
do some
9 points
damage.
of slashing damage as I just around the corner and just like cleave it into the wall.
All right, cool. So yeah, so you hit him, and that's exactly what happens. Like his momentum is carried into that stone that he was hiding behind, where you hit him. His armor, piece of armor, like is tore off, and I'm actually going to reduce his AC by 1
Get wrecked.
for that. All right, now it's his turn, and he is going to react with just pulling out a dagger and swiping it at you.
Be my guest.
Be my guest. Sorry.
Put my service to the test.
Ooh,
That'll
20.
That'll do it. That'll hit.
That will do it, man. There we go. 5. I should have a +2. Sorry, 5 damage.
Okay. So
He slices you across
it's a bitchy
kind of
dagger.
your shoulder, chest area.
Boy, it's got the strongest dagger in the world. So 5 damage. Okay, so I'm just down to 0 temporary hit points.
Okay. All right, so he hits you, and at that time, I wish that it was a little more intuitive what layer you're on. You see 2 more guys pop out that are in here. And you see something else that you're very excited to see.
Duh.
Yes. This guy. This isn't the perfect illustration, but it is Maggot.
Oh man, how the fuck did he get here so fast?
Corruption bar.
Oh bullshit. Bullshit,
Ah,
chat.
he's paying to win. That's some bullshit. I'm not a fan of those
Oh,
games.
Son of a bee.
So, all right, there you go. So these guys reveal themselves, and we're going to go back to the top of the order.
Oh, do
Yeah,
you want
they
to
all
roll?
have crossbows.
Do you want to roll for Maggot, or do you want him to go on the same turn?
Yeah, let's give him a roll. Let's give him a roll because he's awesome. He's your guys' favorite.
That's
So yeah,
annoying.
it's the same turn.
Describe
He's at the
him.
end.
Okay.
Oh,
So
throw some
Luca.
dynamite in there or something.
Luca.
What we got?
That's absolutely happening at some point.
Luca is
I
going
shouldn't have said
to,
that. Sorry.
Luca is going to call over to Gull.
Mhm.
Gull. And she's going to take one of the fire and what are they called? The wind and fire. Oh my god, are they? they're not-
Wheels?
Yeah, thank you.
Gotcha.
I can't see the whole thing, so I'm just
I
like,
got you.
are they knives?
Wind and fire wheels are my favorite things. Go.
And she's going to hand the one that actually looks like a crescent moon to Gull and just be like, here, take this with you. I have an idea. If you can, get around the people that are coming and be on the other, flank them, basically, so that I'm on one side of them and you are on the other. I'm going to see if I can, from a distance, yeesh, through them.
Okay.
Thanks.
And yeah, and I'll wait until my turn to do that.
Good luck.
Should I grease myself first?
Hold on.
That's totally at your discrepancy. I won't.
That's
You gave
all right.
me you gave me breadhead earlier. If you want to grease up and that makes you feel better, go ahead.
Nice.
You loved me,
All right.
and here we are.
So now what? You've got a thingy goal. It's your turn.
Okay.
Unless
Sam-
Luke is doing
Sam
more.
was like, dynamite! And then goes back to shooting.
Yeah, Gold is going to try to sneak around the guys. He's going to try to do a little flanky flank.
Luke moved.
Sorry.
Okay. So you can move your guy, right? I mean, he's...
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to, because I'm trying to be sneaky. I don't want to get too close.
Yeah. So roll stealth. Thank you
Okay.
for reminding me that that's a thing.
That's what I was saying. I don't want to do. I don't want to step on any toes here. Dun
Good.
dun 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 dun.
That is the best stealth
Gold
roll
stuff, dun.
this game for you, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the
Okay.
only stealth roll for me so far.
Okay.
Okay. So am I going? Am I going left or right? Am I east or west here? I think
I added some blank space below the map, so there's a little more room down there. Just assume it's all dark and bushy.
All right. So goal is going to post up in the void.
Okay.
And yeah.
Good. All
Sneak.
right. So you disappear into the bushes. No one's really watching because there's, gunfire and a giant Gorith just slammed a guy into a wall.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Very good.
Just
So you're
normal
hidden.
things.
Do you have an additional action or?
Nothing that I feel would, I feel like I'd give myself away if I really try anything else. I mean, I guess I have the crescent part of whatever this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm just kind of holding it in a bush, waiting for something to happen.
Sounds good.
She told me to move over here. Let me get the thing. Okay. Please don't die, bro. Please don't die. Please don't die.
And that takes us to Sama. Oh, yeah.
Oh, camera readjustment.
Go. Everyone, camera, do the thing. Perfect. Candle, camera. Candle.
All right, we got it.
Cora, John, Kendall, Daryl. Perfect.
Together we are.
You jump.
Sorry.
Great. Now go.
Thank you.
Whose turn is it again?
Yours.
Okay. So if we see those two there, Sama's going to move up sort of to where he can slide into bush cover and then be like, Rook, duck, and then just snap open a dynamite, flick it against his gun and toss into
Wait.
hopefully here somewhere is the idea.
Give me that ping again. Sorry.
Somewhere like here-ish.
That's what I would have guessed. So
Yeah.
roll a athletics or else just an attack roll. Dexterity attack.
All right, dexterity attack sounds good. I'm just gonna use my gun as a template for it. 9. Meh. All right, not the
Well, it's still
greatest.
happening.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's just gonna land where I didn't want it to. That's fine.
Alrighty, let me figure out how to do this. All right, well, it just lands right here, so it's still pretty good.
That could have been a lot worse, actually.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that. That's
I
acceptable.
was just doing a D8 and gonna, count around, the 8 points there.
That's fair enough.
So, yeah, boom.
Cool.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Rook.
Bad. It's gonna be bad. Oh, it's not bad. It's 21. I rock. I'm great. I'm
Wow.
almost.
That's pretty darn good.
I'm
actually.
hella dexterous. Turns out.
Whew.
Alrighty. So 16 damage all around, except for Rook. You dive over here. I'm gonna move you. There you go. So you're on the other side of that bush,
Perfect.
and this guy gets blown back.
I heard
Right.
dynamite, and then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And this guy is dead because he was already injured from you.
great.
Hey, that's
Conditions.
convenient.
All right.
Perfect.
So who's next?
How high is this wall? Well, how high is it now that it's been exploded?
This one is it's basically decimated right there.
Great.
Right here.
Great. I am just gonna, what's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'm just gonna run around the wall and end my turn right here. I assume this guy's in this square. And this guy's in that square. Yeah, and as it occurs to me, we're level 5 now. Which means I have extra attack.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move there. I'm going to activate my bonus of the blood thing, the Crimson Rite. So as I'm running, more lightning begins to spark out of my my scythe, and I'm going to stab this guy on the bottom here. This guy, Click-a-Magie, that one. So he's
The
gonna
one
get
not on the bottom,
yeah the lower
right?
guy,
Like
the lower guy. I'm gonna stab him with a
roll that hit.
20.
Wow. Yep. Roll that damage.
to hit that guy.
Nice.
So he's gonna take not a lot. He's gonna take 6 damage. Is he still
All right.
is he still alive?
He is.
Great. Well,
he's very, very poorly alive.
Great.
Oh.
Well, then I have extra attack, so then I'm gonna deal 16 more damage to him. Is he alive now?
Tell me
Great.
how you end that
So
guy.
I think I stab him, and it like comes in like below the rib, and I realize he's like it's still alive, and I just sort of follow through, and like
Oh.
he's not quite in half, but he's like a midsection Pez dispenser, if you get what I
Right,
mean.
yeah.
And then he falls, and then I just look just look at the other guy.
Crimson Rite is a bonus, right?
Yeah, it is a bonus.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, you
And it,
pull
like,
Did the
through.
great webmaster
Yeah.
second swing. Would've been
It's
great
it's a
there.
bonus. Oh, I can do that.
Well, no, 'cause it's also a bonus action.
Oh, is it shit? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
what I was asking.
all of my shit
Yeah.
is a bonus, but it stays on. So like the Crimson Rite just stays on until I turn it off or I die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pull through, like some of the straps of his armor actually kind of get tied up around your scythe, and you like pull it and it pulls across there, and as you do that, you also see like a one big line of intestine that's like also tangled up in there, and it just kind of slings off of the end of your scythe as you pull through. And give me an intimidation roll for that other guy.
Great. Hold on a second. Let me just. If they're intimidated, is he okay? Yeah, I'll do that. Intimidation.
No gentle smash.
2.
More than 2.
Perfect.
So he's like really impressed. He's like fanboying. He's not scared.
Good. Come get it.
And that
brings us
brings
to helmets.
the helmet's the one that's left. Yeah, so he's like just like, yeah, you think you're pretty tough, huh? And he comes at you with his dagger.
Great.
And has his crossbow down to his side.
Let's hear it. 16 will hit.
Alrighty. Oh, max damage.
Oh no!
Wow, these are some nice daggers.
I lose all my temporary hit points again.
All right.
I regain
So-
5 every turn, so it works out
That's
great.
pretty good.
That is crazy.
That heroism is a great spell.
And then Maggot rushes up here with his traditional signature move. 2
Smash.
hands above the head. Smash!
Great, love that.
22 hits.
22 hits. Yeah.
Yep.
No. Oh, no.
Yikes.
16.
That'll hurt.
That'll hurt. And his second attack, he's going to kick you.
That's rude.
Doopy doopy doo.
That's still
For
one day.
25.
25 hits.
And
One day I'm going to teach Daryl how to make NPCs.
I will. I know how to do it now. I'm learning. And 8 on the kick. His
Gotcha.
foot comes up and right in the face.
Gotcha.
I'm running 2 campaigns. I'm running 2 businesses, it feels like at the moment, but I'm not.
All right, we're good. We're
And
still
that
up.
brings it to the back of the top of the order.
Yeah. Luca.
Well, 2 things. One, it's after 10, so I don't know if we are aware of that. Number 2, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna retcon a little bit and say that before I sent Goal off, that we probably worked out some type of bird call as a signal or something like that, because I just realized I can't see him from where I'm at. So she would want to have some way for him to indicate, like, if he can see an enemy, that she can do what she wants to try and do. So since she hasn't heard that, Luca is actually going to get up and move right about maybe over here. Just because she figures she's gonna try and hang back, but also wants to move away from Johnny, because if she stays right in front of him, kind of giving away where he's hiding. So she's, yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
That's all Luca does.
All right. Is everybody cool with seeing what happens in the next couple turns as far as time goes?
I'm fine.
Okay. Yep. If it just keeps
it's 10
dragging
o'clock,
on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
If it drags on, we'll shut it down. But I think a couple turns, we'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
Goal.
So I'm still hiding with the crescent thing. You haven't done anything with that, right?
No. I'm basically waiting for you to be able to, like, since two of the people that are in proximity to you have already been taken out, like, you would have to move again to get one of the other remaining people that are on the battlefield, like, be on the other side of them. So that's your call.
Now, these guys are all wearing metal armor, correct?
Yeah. Not like super metal, but like, yeah.
It's metal, though.
Yes.
Goal is going to and he's gonna pull out a vial of something he's been working on, and he's gonna toss it at one of these dudes and try to hit him with it.
Cool.
And so essentially he casts heat metal.
Heat metal. All right. So are you going after?
Yeah, it's essentially gonna have a chemical reaction with the metal armor that they have on, and it's just gonna start warming up. So
Yeah, but you're still hitting a target, right? You're choosing which one.
I mean, essentially, yeah, because I don't want to cast it as a spell.
No. Who are you doing it on?
Oh,
Yeah,
who?
so are you going after Maggot or after the other helmet?
The other helmet, unless Maggot is wearing. I don't think he's.
Yeah, they're both wearing metal armor.
Yeah, then I'll throw it at Maggot. He's closer.
Okay. Yeah. DC save. So his metal armor starts to heat up, and he takes what, half that then?
I don't even know if it's half. It might be. That's not what I meant to do. No, hit that button. It has 2d8 until the spell. No.
Who did
No,
that?
I think he just straight up takes the damage. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell until the spell ends. If they're holding it, they roll the Constitution to not drop it. So he doesn't drop his armor, but he still takes what,
So
seven
metal
damage.
just happens.
Yeah,
That makes a lot more sense than whatever we were just trying to do there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you got him.
Okay,
So he's like,
cool.
me more angry now.
Oh, he's the Hulk.
yeah, clearly.
I don't know.
Hulk feeling slightly discomforted by heat.
Does Gull move at all, or does he stay in the bushes?
He's gonna throw it and then kind of look towards Luca and be like wave his little thing. And I guess I'm gonna yeah. And he's gonna kind of move to try to be parallel with them now.
So you can see them. Okay.
So yeah, so that if I don't know what we're doing, but I'm gonna be lined up.
Cool. Sama.
If I had to make a call, I would say that Maggot would provide enough cover for for Rook if there would happen to be something behind.
I happen to yeet a
Maggot.
dynamite exactly here.
Yeah.
I was about to ask that, so I'm really glad you mentioned that. Dynamite! We're just gonna do that again because that's great, actually. All right, let's see if I do better on the roll this time. Is the question.
You can do it. You can do it.
That's a 12.
I too like to yell my attacks right before I do them.
A 12 is definitely not a 9. It's still not great.
Right. Right. And you're not trying to. It's not the same as fighting against a armor class. So
Yeah, like I'm not trying to get like there is fine. Also, is anywhere like back here is fine. Just like kind of past them a little bit.
You know,
yeah,
horseshoes
so
and hand
you get
grenades.
that.
Cool.
Yes. So boom. That's what I did last time. Oh, look at all those ones. What is wrong with that? But
Oops.
yeah, so 7 for these two guys. And was this the one that you had hit last, Rook?
I didn't hit him; he died. But that guy, the top helmet, he got hit by the
Blown
last
back by the
blast.
explosion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the earlier explosion. That's right. So yeah, he's dead too then.
Sweet.
Oh
He
wait,
gets blown this way.
That's me. It's my turn now.
He's like here. No, I get a turn, don't I?
No, it's
not-
Sama, then me, then
Oh,
helmet. Then
I'm sorry. I thought you were first. I was.
No,
flipping you
Rook and
off
I have
the
kind
order.
of been swapping off depending on what strategic because we actually technically go at the exact same time.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Great. I am going to.
Stab.
I'm going to activate.
Draft card.
Yeah.
I'm going to activate what? I'm
Huh?
going to activate my blood curse of the marked and mark him. He can get wrecked. And then I'm going to stab. I'm going to stab.
Stabby.
I'm going to stab one time with a 19.
Ooh, that hits. Mhm.
Great. So that's 7 points of damage. Hold on, that's a lie. It's 7 plus 7. So it's 14 points of damage. And then I'm going to stab again with an 18.
Wow, that hits too.
Okay,
Good
so
rolls.
you have 14 points of damage plus an additional 15. So that's 29 plus an additional 1. So an even 30. 30 points of damage as I stab him to death.
Man. All right, so you swipe across and gash a big hole in Maggot's already
Yes.
weird undead body, and swipe the other direction, doing it.
I think
again.
I see the armor begin to like heat up, like the metal, right? And where it like weakens because it's like metal, I stab into the metal. Like I hold it and I stab into the metal, so it kind of like bends in, and then I pull it out and stab him again.
Awesome. Yeah. So he even steps back a little bit. He gets knocked back by your attack.
Hell yeah.
Which is good because he was going to do something different. And now he will. So he oh, you are going to pay for that. And he attacks you with a big fist for an 11, which misses.
A plus.
And he'll do it again. Oh, I think the 18 hits though. Six damage that time. Not so great. It gets rid of all your
Temporary
bonus health
HP.
again. Yep. All right. And that's all that's left over here. So he's real mad. He did step back forward after that. He was going to throw the body of one of the other guys at goal, but anyway, we won't do that. Luca, what do you got?
I'm going to say, can I see like what am I able to actually see from where I'm at? Like, can I see everything that's happening right now with Rook and Maggot?
Yeah, I mean, role play it a little bit, but it's dark and shadowy. You see, their bodies moving around. There's a little bit of light reflecting off the water from the moon, and maybe there's a little bit of light kind of shining from your wagon where you guys maybe had the torches going before you were getting ready to set up camp. But
Also,
otherwise,
that green part is a giant hole that got blown up with dynamite, so you should be able to see like straight through.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right. So you have a path of visual alignment.
Okay. So I'm gonna use all of my speed to move up. Yeah, right there. And I'm going to say, Rook, duck. And I'm going to take the other of the
Fire and thingy.
yes, the wind and fire wheel, the one that is actually looks more like a setting sun. And I'm going to kind of just hurl it towards him and see if I can put any woo magic behind it to like hit him hard enough that it goes through him.
Okay. Alrighty. So you're trying to basically summon your speaker ability that you tapped into before. So roll a wisdom saving throw essentially, but yeah. Wisdom check. Nice. Okay. So you realize when you had tapped into that circle of magic before that it was the body focus, right? So as you're winding up and getting ready to throw this, whereas last time you used that focus to help bodies kind of reknit back together, you this time focus it on your own body, creating superhuman strength in your arm as you throw this thing. So roll to hit. Well, I'll give you the advantage on that one because it's awesome. So you're going to roll that damage and double it. Just whatever it is, just double it.
Damn.
That's
not
the damage.
Where in
on the chat bar, click on the
click
name.
the name.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
wind and fire wheel, just click on that.
There we go.
So 16 points of damage.
Nice.
16, and then you're, as a result, going to
God.
You're going to take 1 point of damage from your, manipulating the world thing. So yeah, your thing, it flies, it actually hits right in the same spot where Maggot had been hit twice by Rook, and it lodges itself in like his abdomen, like it's deep in there, and he buckles over and falls forward.
And then if I can actually like see that as it happens, I'm going to yell, Rook, grab it, before I end my turn.
Okay. And that there you go.
Goes to goal.
Combo.
Goal, it is your turn.
Yeah. So, Big Boy's still hanging around, right? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
His metal is heated. So will he take another 7, or do you roll that every time?
I think it's just the one time.
Yeah, it's just the one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, screw it. Goal's got a crossbow. He's gonna sling one at him.
Nice.
Boom. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm wrong, Kendall. It's a concentration spell, so as a bonus action, you can keep fucking melting that dude's chest.
Oh yeah. I'm just So it's a chemical reaction. So Goal's just gonna sit there and just.
So he does take an additional 2d8 fire damage.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want to roll it?
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Go ahead. You roll.
And he also needs to make a Constitution saving throw again.
But what for?
Because he's still holding on
drop
to
the thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's his armor.
Yep. It's still melting him. If you're wearing a suit of metal
Right.
and I put you in the microwave, it's still going to burn the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm saying he's not going to try to drop it. He just takes the damage. Like he fails or he succeeds the
So
Constitution saving throw.
if you don't drop the object, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Oh, now I understand the words that you're saying with your mouth parts.
Yep.
There you go, nat 1. So he's doubled. He's doubled over. He was already going to have disadvantage. So I'm just going to say he is incapacitated for this round.
Well, if he fails the roll, he tears the armor off.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so he has no armor on.
Yeah, so he's doubled over with the thing, Lucas thing, like embedded in his torso, and he's clawing at his armor, trying to pull it off. But situations are not actually making that easy for him to do.
That's awesome.
That is super awesome.
And then what does he take for damage, Kendall? Oh, 2d8. He took 8 damage. Okay.
Yeah, he rolled it.
Is that the end of your turn? Sama, you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll take the shot and we'll see if we can...
Oh, I'm also going to reach... I'm going to immediately reach down and grab that thing that Luca said to grab onto.
Nice.
Yeah.
As the start
Sama's
of my
going
turn.
to get a clear shot, is going to sneak attack, because I assume... It sounds like Maggot is mildly distracted.
Yes.
So we'll roll with the advantage on that, and then... we got
23.
That hits pretty
Yep,
hard.
that'll hit.
All right, so...
Give me your
rifle
sneak
damage
attack with
plus
it, too.
Sneak attack damage, 20 damage total.
There you go. You hit him right in the top of the head, and he goes from being bent over like this to just go and folding over backwards, pulled flat out on his back. And if Rook holding onto that chain wants to coordinate him falling backward with whatever you're doing with the chain thing, I would be interested to hear what that looks like.
Is he dead?
I don't know. What are you going to do with the chain?
He
I'm
could
just-
use an additional amount of
I'm just
stabbing.
holding on to it because that's what Luca said, but I have another free hand that I'm going to stab him with.
I mean, I was kind of assuming that you would pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, wait.
That makes sense.
So if he's falling back over, can you pull the chain to pull him back up to you so you can go for the finisher?
It's not the chain that I threw at him.
Oh, it's a wheel, though,
the,
right?
It's one of the
Yeah.
wheels.
Oh, yeah,
if
I'm
you
just-
want to-
But if
Yeah.
he jerks back, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to use that as a handle.
Yep.
Like one of those punching
Beautiful.
clowns.
All right.
Yeah, so he's going to...
So describe how you want to finish it then.
So yeah, I'm gonna just give him. Do I have advantage on these attacks because he's fucking like super dead, or what is?
Yeah, you got
wasn't
him.
paying
You got whatever you want.
I'm super
You
dead.
hit.
Oh,
automatic
great.
Hit,
Do
advantage.
whatever you want.
So I crit him a bunch. So he takes a shitload of damage, Daryl.
Yeah.
And that's not even all of it. He actually takes an additional this plus an additional 2 of these because I crit on that one.
It's always a
where's
one
the
with
other
that.
one? There we go.
How do you roll ones
was
on
it one?
him
I don't know.
every
I don't know,
time?
man. I don't know.
Oh,
But
Damn.
he takes a shitload of damage. What is that? 13 plus an additional 12 plus an additional 8 plus an additional 3. Someone do that math.
Yeah.
We in the business call that a metric shit ton.
Yeah.
It's a metric
He-
fuck ton of damage.
I'm pretty sure he takes
Right.
40 something damage.
So,
but I think I just
he
hold
gets
on.
hit.
I hold on to the thing, so he gets like his head kind of his wig split,
Rolls
as
back.
they say. And
So
I grab the
starts
hoop.
coming back.
Yeah, I just grab the
Yeah.
hoop and like pull him and just like swipe, and the strength and the electricity and the whole it just cuts his head off. It just takes the whole head off, and then
There's
you can
a
see like
of like anime sound effects.
Yeah.
As the blade goes.
and then
across
in
the
like
screen.
super Michael Bay fashion, like electricity arcs off of the blade, and then like between the droplets of blood that are scattering from his neck. So it's like
Yeah, they're like jumping between
Yeah.
the droplets of blood. Yep. And don't forget, so just as that happened, there's just enough contrasting force that as his head's separating the part of Luca's chain that's like stuck in him, pulls out and slings a whole bunch of intestines
Perfect.
the opposite direction. So
Yes.
it's like head this way, intestines that way.
And I think the wheel just
It
like
is.
he like lets go of the wheel and just kind of like rolls to Luca's feet with like a blood trail of stuff behind it.
Yeah, and a spleen.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end it. tonight.
Perfect. That is a sharp contrast to the last 2 episodes.
Oh my god.
Fuck
Guys,
that
we
guy.
gotta win. I'm
we
Fuck
gotta
that
win. We
guy.
had an anime finisher move.
Jesus.
I burned a guy.
You
You
did.
did.
We're so proud of you.
That was super useful.
Super OP spell. Love that one. All right.
love the magic
That was
story.
He missed
episode.
with his crossbow again.
I know. It's okay. The fire was worthy of the count, right?
Yeah,
that
poor
was
crossbow. And
that was episode 8 of Thrall, titled "The Final Journey." We are almost on our way to Bashonia, and next week we will wrap this up, and it'll be just a fun party in Bashonia, like the end of that one space game that I can't think of right now. 3.
Teddy bear picnic.
Yes, Teddy Bear Picnic. It'll be an N7 party. So let's go around, do our introductions, get the hell out of here, film our after show, and then go to bed. We'll start with Kendall. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Hey man, you know me. It's your boy Kendall. Yeah, you can probably find me on Twitter at KWFrags. You know, more followers get, the closer we come to OnlyFans. And yeah, no man, just doing my thing, being alive in the world today, giving everything I got. Yeah, so that's me.
I'm also going to plug Kendall. Hey, next season at this time slot, he's here for Atari Twilight. We're bringing Atari Twilight back. Atari Twilight Season 2.
I
2
years
because
I didn't know if.
No, it's fine. We're on the penultimate episodes. It's
okay.
a sequel 2 years in the making. This campaign, so that's going to be pretty fucking exciting. That being said, we'll jump over to Cora. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Cora. You can find me at Glamourbomb Live, all capitalized and European spelling because I'm fancy like that, on Twitter. That's where I go to post all of my stuff in regards to TTRPGs and, the world at large, and trying to be supportive of shit that's happening right now. So go there if you're interested in information, or also if you're interested in a little bit of escapism, because I can provide both. Otherwise, you will find me here, I would say every Tuesday night, but you will find me here at least for next Tuesday after this. And in future projects and stuff like that going forward, that's where you can find me. And all of my posts about what I'll be working on will be there. So come find me on the internet, please.
Hell yeah. Let's jump over to John. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Yo. So I'm John. You can find me on Twitter at Ryomasa, RY0MASA. Someone's got my name, and I'm not going to stop till I get it back. But that being said, you can find me here on the Tuesdays. You can find me also on Thursdays right now for the last episode of New Acadian Nights, which is our Urban Shadows game on Socraticus Academy at 9:30 p.m. EST. So final episode is coming up. And so I guess since Mike spoiled the next season, I'm going to talk about it, if that's cool.
Go for it.
Yeah. Actually, I think so on the Thursday time slot, 8 to 10, I think 8 to 10, right? 8 to 10 p.m.? 8 to 10 p.m. I'm going to be joining Mike, Gnome, Noir Enigma, and someone whose username I have forgotten because it's not one I recognize yet, but I'm hoping to become good friends with them by the end of this game for an Expanse game coming up on the channel. Sombrero. There we go. Thank you. That's the one. And I'm really excited, looking forward to that. I'm going to be playing a science bean on that channel. So I'm really excited. It's a very different character from some. It's actually closer to Loki now that I think about it, if you've watched Through the Glass last season. But very excited for that, and that's what's going to happen.
Fantastic. And last but not least...
sorry.
Go ahead.
One more thing. I'm also doing a stream with a good friend of mine named Josh, J Blue Tenor on Twitter. And together we are rewriting traditional sea shanties, and folk songs on Twitch at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. ESTs on Saturdays to fit into a D&D world so that we don't have to reference Lancaster and London in your fantasy sea shanty. So it's just a fun thing where we hang out for a couple hours, rewrite some stuff, and talk about music theory and sort of do people will learn. So if you want to come hang out, check out. It's
sweet. And last but not least, Daryl, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
I am Daryl T. Jones, Splattered Ink on the internet at all the socials, whatnot. I am a game designer and illustrator. And actually I'm on the graphic design. Well, I'm on the team. I did the graphic design for a product that is right now on Kickstarter. So if you have not checked it out, please go do so. Here's the link. It is the Legends of Omeria. It's a box set designed to get you into D&D 5th edition. Oh, can't say D&D in relation to it. Anyway, into 5th edition, where you can start out with everything you need in the box. So it's kind of like the Essentials kit and stuff like that. So everything you need is in the box, and it's all, independently published from DM Dave and our team. But really excited. We had a really good first day first day part of the day. So it's not even been 24 hours yet. So it's really fun. So that's what I'm doing. And I'll be working with DM Dave on Thrall and Balbers and everything like that. So we're going to he's going to be mentoring me on how to actually put that stuff together. And it's going to be really fun. So
sweet.
That's what I'm doing lately. Also, I'm going to be on Thursdays on Nerdarchy Live, running the Daubers. So if you guys like that, check it out. Thursday afternoons or this week will be our second episode. So
Sweet. And if you guys want to see Legends of Emeria on this channel, tweet at them and say that you want to do that. With that, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go film our after show. If you guys want to get a copy of this, get a copy of it. What is this, a DVD? If you guys want to watch the after show, you can do so by subscribing to our Patreon at the $5 tier, where we're going to go talk about garlic bread and killing maggot. So that's it from us. We'll see you next week for the final episode of Thrall. So from all of us to you guys, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya.